Hello, and welcome back to Raaga Rasika. This is a podcast program that explores the world of Carnatic music. Joining me from Albany, New York is Vidya Subramanian. In the previous episodes, we have been analyzing Srimati Veena Dhanammal's Ragamalika Thanam. As you may remember, we covered the first two ragams, namely Nattai and Gaulai, and we also discussed how she transitioned from Nattai to Gaulai and from Gaulai to Arabhi. So let's continue our analysis and listen to a snippet of her rendering the Arabhi raga. What you just heard was a snippet of Srimati Veena Dhanammal playing the Arabhi raga. Vidya, tell us a little bit about this raga.
Arabhi is a very old and a very interesting ragam. It is classified as a Janya or child of the 29th Melakarta ragam Shankarabharanam. The Arohanam and Avrohanam for Arabhi are as follows. Sari ma pada sa sani da pa magari sa sari ma pada sa sani da pa magari sa. So this is an example of an Audava Sampurna Raga. The Arohanam or the ascending portion of the scale has 5 notes, which is why it is called an Audava Arohanam. And the Avrohanam or descending portion has all the 7 notes, and therefore it is called a Sampurna Avrohanam. It is also important to note in this context that the Nishadam and Gandharam of this Raga are classified as Alpaswarams or notes of minor importance. So typically these notes will not be emphasized in the rendition. In fact, you can render a very beautiful Arabhi without even singing the Nishada. So it is not crucial to bringing out the beauty of the raga. In fact, if you closely listen to the masterpiece composition Sadinchane, in this raga, you will find that there are very few occurrences of the Nishada in the entire composition. Besides Sadinchane, there are numerous other Tyagaraja compositions in the raga Arabhi. A few of them are O Raji Vaksha, Chala Kallaladu, and Chuddamu Rare. There is also the very famous piece by Muthuswami Dikshitar, Shri Saraswati Namostute. And coming to post-Trinity compositions, There is a lovely Varnam composed by Tiger Varadacharya, beginning with the words Anname. And there is also the well-known Swati Tirunal composition Pahi Parvata Nandini. So now let us get into an analysis of Srimati Veena Dhanammal's rendition of Arabhi Ragam. She has very beautifully brought out the shadow status of the Gandharam in the following phrase. Magari Saridasa, Magari Saridasa. If you closely observe the way the Ga is performed, it is almost never performed as a standalone note in this ragam, but it is almost always shown as clinging to the Madhyama. So the Ga itself is rendered as Maga. Let me sing it one more time. Magari, Magari. Again, this is a very important distinguishing factor between Arabhi and one of its allied ragams, Sama. The way the same phrase would occur in Sama is such that the Ga would be shown in a more flat and prominent manner. Rima pada pamagari sarida sarima magagari magagari. That is how you would render the Ga in Sama. Let me sing some phrases in Arabhi to show how the Ga is handled differently. Rima pada sada pamagari da sada da pamagari. Of course, as you will understand, this is quite a detailed discussion, so we will hopefully be dedicating separate segments to bring out the differences between Arabhi and Sama, as well as Arabhi and another closely related allied raga, Devagandhari. Coming back to our analysis of the Thanam, played by Srimati Veena Dhanammal, he has also very aptly chosen phrases such as Sarida Sapadamapa. This is a very important and frequently used phrase in this raga. And again, he has beautifully skipped the Nishadam in the following phrase. Sarima Badasadapa, Sarima Badasadapa. As I mentioned briefly earlier, if you listen closely to the third of the Pancharatna Kritis, Sadinchene, you will find that the Nishadam has a very minor status in the entire song. So without using the Nishadam, you can still bring out the beauty of Arabhi in the fullest measure. She has also played some beautiful Janta Prayogams or double note phrases, which are again a very crucial aspect of Arabhi raga rendition. Papa magari re sa sa da, Papa magari re sa sa da. So in these Janta Prayogams, the second note is typically given a certain emphasis that is known as a spuritam. Let me sing it again. You will see how I give a certain emphasis the second time I render the note. Papa magari re sa sa da, Papa magari re sa sa da. Another important prayogam that she has used is Dari Sari. Dari Sari, Dari Sari. She has once again used the Pada Mappa Rima Sari phrase. Let me render it. Padama pari masari, Padama pari masari. In fact, if you analyze the composition Sadinchene, in one of the Chittaswarams, a very similar phrase occurs. And this once again proves how crucial study of compositions is to the creative aspect of Carnatic music. So let me sing the Chittaswaram from Sadinchene in which we find the same Pada Mapa phrase that was played by Srimati Veena Dhanamal. Once again, this goes to prove how fantastically she had internalized all these key phrases from different compositions through years of practice and study. Da pa ma ba da sa da da pa pa ma ga ri 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 sa sa da da pa ma ga ri ri sa 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 da pa ma ba da sa sa da ri ri sa ri da sa pa da ma pa ma ga ri ri ma sa ma ya ni ki ta gu ma ta la de ne pani ta la sa da so ka je yu chu num ro ka je se పరమాత్ముడదియుగాక యశోదతనయుడంచు ముదంబునను ముద్దు పెట్ట నవ్వుచుండు హరిసమయానికి కగు మాటలాడెనే.
That's interesting, Vidya. Let's now move on and discuss how Srimati Veena Dhanamal handles the transition from Arabhi to the next raga in her Ragamalika, which is Sri Ragam. First, let's listen to the snippet where she transitions from Arabhi to Sri Ragam, and then we'll come back and talk about it. So Vidya, tell us about this transition now. What are some of the salient aspects that we need to be carefully observing in that snippet?
As I listened to the snippet, I found it fascinating to observe how she very effectively transitions from Arabhi to Sri Ragam using the Rishabam or Ri as the transitionary point. Both these ragams have the Chatushruti Rishabam or Ri too, but the way the Ri is handled in Arabhi is very different from the way it is handled in Sri Ragam. In Arabhi, the Ri is very often given with a slight gamakam, whereas in Sri Ragam, because of the presence of the Sadharana Gandharam as the adjacent note, the Ri is held quite flat and plain. So let me sing the Rishabam with the typical Arabhi gamakam first to illustrate my point. Re, 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 re. Now let me sing the Rishabam as is heard in Sri Ragam. Re, 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 re. Again, this is a very subtle difference. The Arabhi Rishabam has a slight throb to it, whereas the Sri Ragam's Rishabam is more flat. Now let me sing the swarams for the transitionary segment. Re 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 sa sa ni da da re 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 ma ga re sa 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 ni da sa sa re 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 ga re re sa ni sa sa ni pa ni pa ma pa ni sa sa ni sa sa. So again, as you can see, the moment she switches to Sri Ragam, her Re flattens out, and this is a very beautiful way to move from Arabhi to Sri Ragam.
So Vidya, for the benefit of some of our listeners, could you actually sing us a slightly elaborate rendition where you can alternate between Arabhi and Sri Ragam, where we can really capture the essence of this transition?
Sure. So what I'm going to do is now to go back and forth between Arabhi and Sri Ragam using the Re as a point of transition. And as we discussed earlier, you can observe how my Re flattens as soon as I move into Sri Ragam and starts shaking as soon as I move back to Arabhi. Of course, you can also give the Re flat occasionally in Arabhi, but you can never give the Arabhi gamakam in Sri Ragam. ri 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 magari ri 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 pa magari ri ri da da pa magari ri ri gari ri sa ni ba ba ri sa ri ri ma ba ni pa ma ri gari ri 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 ma ba da sa da pa ma ba da ri da sa pa da ma ba sa da da pa magari ri ri ma pa da ri ri sa sa da pa magari sa ri pa magari ri 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 ma pa ni sa ri ga ni sa ri pa da ni pa ma ri ga ri 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 ma pa ni sa ni pa pa ma ri ga ri ri sa sa ri sa ni sa ri ga ri ri sa sa ni pa ma ri sa ri 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 ma pa da pa ma ga ri 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 ma pa sa da pa ma ga ri ma ga ri ma pa da sa ri ma ga ri da ri da sa sa pa da ma pa ma ga ri da ri ma ga ri.
That's really fascinating, Vidya. I hope some of our listeners were able to capture those transitions between Arabhi and Sri Ragam. As I listened to you, Vidya, there was another thing that I noticed, and that was the Gandharam. There is a difference in the Gandharam in Arabhi and the Gandharam in Sri Ragam, but we'll have to get to it in the next segment. So for now, let's pause here and continue our journey next time on Raaga Rasika. Thank you all for joining us. Contact us at www.raagarasika.com. That's RAAGARASIKA.com. Leave us a voicemail using Skype. Our Skype ID is Raaga Rasika. To learn more about Vidya, visit her online at vidyasubramanian.com. Join us next time. Till then, goodbye.
Ah